Welcome to IIT Bombay. And as I was just mentioning to some of you who came very early in the morning, that we are looking at how we can make your, 2-day program experiential. That experiential aspect is very, very critical over here. Because you come all the way to IIT Bombay and then you see some presentations which could also be seen online nowadays. And then there's not much fun. So we try to work very hard. Thanks to Hridesh, he's like really very strong on saying that we should have workshops, we should have experiences. And Anjan Das, the CII, head of the innovation program, very specifically said that we need to make this memorable. So so let us, we are trying our level best to make it really good for you. And, we are working behind the scenes to get all the arrangements done at IIT to see to that we can move you to different places. So while we are doing that, just to begin with, it's very, very critical that we actually, don't sit along with our friends. So our students have made up groups for all of you. So you'll be, into groups, and these groups will work on interesting games. So you'll play games and you'll, understand how, things can happen. Anyway, I don't want to, spill the beans, but, my professor, who's also my teacher, Prasad Funkar, and all will come in the next sessions. I have my, in the first session, we have Professor Suresh Shetty, who was our colleague, and now he's industry. So he'll tell you some very interesting, case of how you could, merge both worlds and see the next level of domain. So I will, yes, you can see. Yeah. So here I can, I'd like to quickly show you an overview of the plan. So here we are. So we're talking about, my title was Innovation by Design. And we said, innovation by design is the most critical aspect, and we're looking at new product development. And especially when you do new products, it's very, very critical that you actually put all your antennas up. Because it's very, very difficult for companies which are doing very well to come up with new products which are innovative. Because you're in an efficiency model. You're in the business model which is efficiency and doing things the right way. And, innovation unfortunately needs out-of-the-box thinking, doing things in the wrong way to see whether you can do something good. So it's very, very challenging. So from there, I moved to a very interesting paradigm, which is the humanizing technology. Everything which you have in your industry or in your enterprise has to have a human angle to it. What is this human angle? We'll check up. We'll check up in each project and how every aspect, goes into those level of thinking and development. So just to give you a little bit of idea about IDC, we're very, fortunate that we just started the Bachelor of Design program, and we said, we have to catch young so that, students, we have got both the undergraduate, the postgraduate, and the PhD. So we have completed the whole aspect of how, and I'll tell you how each of us is very important for design. What happens in an undergraduate program, what happens in a postgraduate program, and what happens in a PhD program. So we will get to know all this while, you're with me for today and tomorrow morning. Today I have only 20 minutes for you, so I'll quickly rush on various aspects. In industrial design, for example, we work on user-centered products ranging from, like children's bag carrier, which becomes a sort of a desk when you're in the house, to, automotive products, to, solar panel, sustainable products. And as I told you, the Italian example, just before we started the program, from spoon to car, the aspects are the same when you talk about humanizing technology. So here we have talking about a methodology. So it doesn't matter if you come from Samsung, or you come from a laser technology, or you come from a company which is just manufacturing stainless steel products. I have my colleagues here from stainless steel. So we have a lot of, doesn't matter at all, because the value system, the ethos, and the methodology is the same. I just have to get that into my mind, and we'll see how we go about. From crafts to, So here we are. So very interestingly, what used to happen is I was, fed up in my whole, exhibition, where people from industry would come and say, "Ye market mein hai kya?" We used to see some great products of students. Users would come and say, "Ye kharid sakte hain kya?" Industry wale bolte hain ki ye tumhara ready hai kya? Aur kuch bhi nahi hota tha hamare paas. We used to only have a image. Those good images I showed you, none of them are in the market. Sorry about it. So we are much, much behind all of you. You are all ahead of us. Only we are in the front end of a small creative ideation and, understanding is good with us. But we are not even as good as all of you are. Very, very clear. You are in industry, you are performing, your companies are doing well, you are generating products in the market, and you are there in the field. So with all humility, I'm telling you, that, let us see how, things can be better for you and what we can learn from you. So it's like a, total two-way system. So now we, have the paradigm of innovation by design, and we said you have to design the innovation process. No, the innovation process has to be designed, and you have to use design to innovate on the products. So it's a very complex phenomenon. It's not as easy as my logo, but it is tough. So let us see one very interesting domain. Can we have the lights off in the front? Only the front lights? Only the front. Just tell that guy to put these lights off. So so here we are. This is also a small model which has come out of my PhD. I took a long time to finish my PhD. It took me 9 years. And I did that while I was teaching at IIT Delhi. And I was not passing only. But it was good. I learned a lot while doing PhD. And finally, when I passed, and I came up with a very simple model. And McKinsey said, "Ye to bahut simple hai." मैं बोला simple model, अच्छा model होता है. Complex model implement नहीं हो पाता. So what is a simple model? I'll tell you that story tomorrow morning. I have longer time there with a workshop for you guys. So this model says that innovation is like a sunflower. New product development is like a sunflower. One petal breaks, it looks bad. So you have to look at this innovation at all levels of the company. Let it be materials, user interface, low cost, attributes, marketing, whatever you say. If you're not touched with your new product, then you're no longer surviving. 20 years back, it was fine. 20 years back, I would just do a color change on my car and I could sell it. Now it's impossible. Let me tell you, today's context, you have to look at every small aspect of the product. And you all know that better than me. But how can I do it? It's so challenging. Because here I have silos in my companies for efficiency model. Remember I tell you, all of you are doing very well because of your efficient model of industry. Where you have silos, you have marketing guy, you have a service person different, you have R&D, you have product development, you have all those things different, and it's very important to run a company. But then how can we do design where you need to break the silos and put everything together and have a good product, because there is value, every petal is as important as the other petal. And it has to face towards the, sunflower has to face towards the sun. And where are our products facing? Towards the customers. Very good. So my sunflower has to have all the petals, and it also has to face towards the customer fully. So this is, this is one small, development of my model. Anyway, so that is very challenging. So what are we doing in IIT Bombay, IDC? Industrial Design Department, one of the oldest design schools here. We have NID, which is, where my professors, actually are from. And then, we have IDC. And we've really been sort of not coming up with too many design schools, which is really bad for the country. Now we are trying our level best to do that. But here we have so many products, ranging from auto rickshaw design, to high technology, to Jaipur food, to explosive detection devices, to post boxes for India Post, bicycle which will be low cost for Hero Cycles. Hero Cycles, Munjal said, yaar kya karoon, China se bahut saste cycle aa rahe. So this is that cycle which I'm showing you, the sheet metal cycle. Then we said, manufacture cycles like the way you manufacture cars. And then your product will become low cost. I really like the idea. The old man, 70, 80-year-old guy who started the Hero Cycles company. And they produce 27,000 cycles a day. 20 times higher than the car industry. But still they are not doing what should be done. Because they are stuck in the process. They are putting up next robotic machines, one more robotic machine for welding, rather than using sheet metal to form, for example. So these are the challenges we face. We get locked. So these are all the projects. But we don't have so much time. So what I'll do is I'll show you some key projects to also take you along the journey where we are trying to see how we are going to go within IIT to various places. Let us look at the first project. This is an auto rickshaw design for Bajaj Auto. It's no longer confidential because, it's been implemented in the company. What we did is, even user perception. You all know users. Hum log bolte hain user is king. But then when designers are sitting, they're designing as per their style trend. And my students and my colleagues, most of them look at magazines from abroad. And I forgot the user altogether. So this is a very interesting research where you can understand what the user is seeing. For example, in this research where we were designing auto rickshaw for Bajaj Auto, the Bajaj Auto was there for how many years? 25 to 30 years. And then, then we said, okay, when we design a new design for you, we better find out what exactly the auto rickshaw driver wants, what exactly the users are looking for, and what exactly the people, style people, whatever people manufacturing is looking for. So when we did that, we found some very, very interesting insights. Look at the auto rickshaw drivers. They wanted a cut over here. Can you believe it? Why do you need the cut? Tell me. Exactly, to maneuver. They said the designers are mad. They don't know what is needed in the field. You need this flat side on the side. That's the best auto rickshaw I can have. The best style I can think of, because style is function also. So things like multiple things happened. So we had users coming and looking at the eye movement recording. This is a very interesting machine which sees what your eye is watching in 30 seconds. And I know exactly what you like, what you dislike, and things like that. It's very tough to do it. But my PhD student works for the last 6 years, is finishing her PhD in this area of how I can understand what the user is looking at. And very interestingly, so this is the research. For example, I'm saying that even style, for example, has so much depth. Leave alone technology and all. में तो हम जानते हैं कि research बहुत होती है. IIT में कुछ 200 प्रोफेसर है. पूरे world में 20,000 professors are there working on one research. How to make internet fast? 20,000 professors. 20,000 are working there. So what we'll get to know, we'll know. Okay, so this is there. And then we are very lucky. Then we went to Ratan Tata. This is Ratan Tata's eye movement map. Very interesting. His concerns were always stability. See, at a level of Ratan Tata, his concerns was the stability of the vehicle. So we can see his heat map there, and the front was what he generally looked at. But there are various aspects, and this is very interesting. This research also looks at leading questions. You would ask a question: what do you think about the car's smart looks? Then you look at something else. Then you say, what do you think about the car's stability? Then your eyes will start searching for something else. Then you say, do you think the car looks low cost? Then your eyes are searching for something else. So it is all leading questions leading to very interesting maps. So I just wanted to go a little bit deep there just to get you onto the research front. But fine. So we will, check how we can do all this within our domains of companies and, take things out and do. Now coming to the next important thing. You're sitting in a building which is next to a building which is called Center for Excellence in Nanotechnology. Nanotechnology is actually putting everybody, in fact, all of us are every day, affected by nanotechnology, but we don't know. And this is nanoparticles with 10 to the power minus 9 scale. And this beautiful product is done by 5 PhD students, 40 MTech students, 10 professors, and 5 large companies ranging from BRC, large enterprises, BRC, Nuclear Power Corporation, and our biggest the principal scientific advisor to the Prime Minister's office, Chidambaram's office. So these are the total people who are involved behind this project. It's not very easy. But anyway, what I'm trying to tell you is, this product, for example, is a very interesting nanotechnology-based product which can sniff the markers in your blood which can cause heart attack 2 years before. 2 years before, my God, we're just looking at 1 2 months also is tough. But 2 years before, because it's a very, very sensitive cantilever. You put a drop of blood there and you get to know whether the marker for heart attack is there or not. And if it is there, you can work very hard for 2 years and you will be surely safe. So that is the level of technology and research. And this product is completely developed by my, students and, who was passed out from IDC, and, we, go ahead, time. 2 more minutes. I told them to be very strict with time. So I'll have to rush now. So this is the nanotechnology cantilever. That's a small cantilever there. There's a product organizing. So here, for example, the whole team of people are working and we have come up with conceived products. And the funding agency, the lab is 800 crores. Funding agency gave a project worth 20 crores. So it costs money. New research costs money and we have to invest in new research. Most of us in companies don't invest too much in new research. Then that's why our product. So this has come up because Chidambaram said that we have lost the microelectronics revolution. Let us not lose the nanotechnology revolution. So here, for example, this nanotechnology lab where you're going to go in the evening, 5 o'clock, I'm taking all of you by batches into this Center for Excellence. You will see how you will be able to check how people are working round the clock. Across the country, people can come and use the lab. All students all over the country. And we're really doing great progress both at IIC and at IIT Bombay. So then we do multiple, now I have to run on the projects, multiple projects again. This electrical engineering department, we looked at innovation on using 5G communication for commandos. The today's cost of the product is 20 times the cost of the product we developed. Because every time you develop a contemporary new product, it is cheaper than the older product. Your laptops are cheaper than your older laptops. So please remember that. So don't sit on your products for too long. You'll get a cheaper, better product within no time and your product will be out of the market. So that's a very, very, straight lesson for us. Then we designed for the social sector. Then we said, can we apply my research, PhD, to develop something for postbox? The trusted postbox was near my office. I said, if I'm talking so much about design, can I just change one in the government sector? So I've been still working with them. I'm the chair professor and working, and we already launched the stainless steel postbox all over the country, and now the tender is out for another 2,500 numbers. I'm just, it's possible. And this is using the best materials, best technology, and best virgin, Giloy, special stainless steel, which is not there in any other products, and special manufacturing with, very good technology. So we can do that. It's not impossible. It's just that you need to have the drive to do it. And then we did trolleys for them, and we're working for Jaipur Fort, which is a social sector innovation. And I'll stop with this. This is very interesting. The founder of the Mahavir Viklang Sahitya Samiti in Jaipur told me a very interesting thing. Chakravarthy, do you think those guys who come to me have only lost their leg? See, they get amputated because of their truck accident or tractor accident or farm, in the farm they get septic. It is not one disability. They have lost their leg. They are extremely poor. After they lose their leg, they lost their job for 2 months. They are extremely poor and they are fully illiterate. They have no job to do. Even if you give the leg, they will die in another 1 month if you don't give them a job. So this whole association, which is a special association, actually works on giving them, when they come, they said the product design is one day, they come in the morning, by evening you give them the leg. There's no other fast customized product which you can give in 1 day. They give them the leg in 1 day. They give them food in the morning because they don't have lunch and dinner. So they give them food, they give them this. And when they go back, they give them either the ladies get sewing machines, the men get cycle rickshaws or tickets or, some location of another NGO for a job. And that's how you're looking at 3 handicaps. It's just not one handicap. So generally we just consider, arey pair de do kaam ho jayega. Nahi hota hai. So this is a level of thinking we need to do and when we do the users, and we'll, have to go ahead with this. This is then we are inculcating this whole value system into our students. These are my BTech students, and I got generally 150 students working with me in groups, and we're going to work the same way outside on the tables which you see. So we have group discussions, and we're developing very, very wicked problems and how the solutions work, mock-up models. The creative ideation process, my colleagues will take, and we will go and we'll see how we can, check out of that. So this is the whole plan of the whole, I thought I'll just showcase how it's very critical for us to be very deep-rooted in the humanizing aspect, deep-rooted in the research, what is very critical for our growth, and also deep-rooted in product realization. Don't sit too long in your old products. It's very, very difficult. Okay, thank you very much.